Hey guys, welcome back to the Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger, and today we're chatting with my friend Cristian Melendez of Serve Hope. It's an organization that provides discipleship and all kinds of amazing opportunity for folks in Central America. And I'm just excited to share him with you. He's got an amazing story, and he just came here a year ago with his family and is connecting business leaders, church leaders here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with what they're doing in Central America. We talked about his story, of course, that we always do, and how they have an entrepreneurship program, a water filtration program where they're sharing the gospel through that. Of course, me being a business guy and have passion there, we talked about what they're doing with Emprende, which is their business training program, and how they help people find business opportunities locally. We had a good, he gave some really good tips about that. One of them is just pray, get wisdom from the Lord. He'll show you what those business ideas are. And then I love what he said about many of these folks, they just need opportunity. And they are providing opportunity, giving them a chance to unleash their potential. This is such a good episode. Here it is. Ben, Christian, welcome to Unleashed. So good to see you.
Good morning, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being willing to share your story. I'm so excited to get to know you more. We've known each other just for a few months now through our buddy Eli, but
Yes.
I want to introduce my audience to you. So tell me more about you.
Oh, well, Cristian Melendez here, raised and born in, or say, born and raised
Raised and
in
born.
in Honduras. Um, and yeah, 47 years old, married, 6 kids.
Wow.
And God has been very good to me.
Mm,
I don't deserve anything that the Lord has allowed me to do and um, to have. And so I'm really thankful with him. He saved my life.
yes.
And yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, I don't know. Study business
Uh-huh.
when I was at college and
Yeah.
then
Did you go to college in Honduras or here?
in Honduras.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. I graduated from a university there,
Uh-huh.
and I've been serving the Lord for a number of years.
Wow.
Not always a perfect journey.
No.
The Lord has, like changed my heart
Mm,
like I would say the last 10 years
mm,
in a different way. So yes, so I met the Lord when I was young,
mhm.
8, 10 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I went to BBS,
Uh-huh.
uh, to a
Yeah.
Baptist church in Honduras, and that's how I met the Lord. But sad to say, I was not mature in the Lord for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Discipleship is very rare in Honduras. In
Mm,
Honduras, is more about evangelism
yeah.
than discipleship. And I never had, and not to be like, I mean, not to give an excuse, but it's a reality that now looking back, I know that I didn't have someone to really disciple me, and
Mm,
that really, I mean, affect my life in a negative way.
yes. Yes.
I was basically, like going to church, even
Mm,
serving in the church, but I was not following the Lord as a disciple. And so,
mm,
yeah, so yeah, part of my story is that I really went, far, far away from the Lord
mm,
um, in my 30s.
mm-hmm.
And um, yeah, and I stayed there for a long time until the Lord really got me back, saved me, rescued me,
Praise
and
God.
gave me a different life.
Wow, that's amazing. Tell me about the discipleship thing. That's fascinating. What would have made the difference for you? Like, would have been a program at your church or just an older brother that's saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
Christian, let's meet for
Yes.
coffee once a week." What would that have looked like for you that would have made a big difference?
Okay. Not a program, like we had programs in our local church that,
Mm-hmm.
were like discipleship 101 or discipleship discipleship for, I don't know, uh, people that were there for a longer period of time,
Mm-hmm.
but we never had a relationship.
Mm,
And it was, more like studying a book or reading the Bible together, but it was not about doing life together.
mm,
And I really missed that. brother. I never had another man, like you said, maybe an older brother, which was another situation in our local church where I grew up. Not many adult men were part of our church. And
Mm,
so we will not have someone that will say, "Hey, Christian, how are you doing?" For
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
How can I pray for you? How can I walk with you? How can I, be of an encouragement for your life? And
Hmm.
so I never had that in my life, and I believe that that really affect me, brother,
Hmm.
because I learned I would say I learned how to speak as a Christian.
Hmm.
I think I learned how to behave in public like a Christian, but I was not a disciple.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why were there not very many older men in your church in Honduras?
Well, different reasons. I would say our church didn't have a plan to
Mm,
really attract men that
mm,
will, bring their families.
yeah.
Um, and also, in Honduras, there is a situation where many men, um, you know, move to another country, let's say United States or Spain,
Yeah.
illegally many times,
Mm,
and they left their families behind. And the other big reason is more than 60% of our homes in Honduras, um, basically it's a mother and sons or
wow.
daughters and not a father. And
Mm,
so
mm,
there is a lack of male presence, father figure in the houses.
yes.
And that you can see that, you
Wow.
know in the local church as well.
Wow. So sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very
Wow.
sad. It's many times is church in Honduras is more for women than for men.
Mm,
That's something that we are trying to change
yes.
through our ministry, through our local church, that we
Yeah.
can really, really affect men. And as you know, like when a man will come to the Lord,
Uh-huh.
I think it's more than 90% of possibility that the rest of the family will come to the Lord
Wow.
with him.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's awesome. So good. What I know you've been here in the US just for not very long. What brought you here? How long have you been here and what brought you
But
here?
1 year, last Friday was
Oh my
one
gosh.
year
Well,
since I arrived
congratulations.
here with my family. Yes, yes, it was interesting to remember all the feelings, like um, to come to the States. I visited before United
Yeah.
States several times, but I never lived here for a long, long period of time,
Mhm.
and so it was a big adjustment for my family.
Sure.
But we're happy to be here. The reason why we came is because I'm serving with a ministry called Serve Hope International,
Hmm.
and our board decided to move my family and I to the States so I can work from here and make more connections for our ministry,
Yes.
get to know more churches, more people, more organizations that will be interested in serving in Latin America because we're
Mm,
serving in Guatemala and Honduras with Serve Hope offices, but
mhm.
also we're serving in another 5 countries where we do an entrepreneurship program.
Oh, wow. Well, tell me about Serve Hope, what it all does. Let's dig into that and just what the kind of work that you guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, Serve Hope, it's a discipleship organization.
Yeah.
We basically use different initiatives to make disciples. We
Mm,
really want to accomplish what the Lord, has said that we need to do, make disciples, teach
mhm,
them, walk
mhm,
with them. And so the Lord has blessed Serve Hope. We started the ministry almost 8 years ago,
mhm,
and God has been so good. And we're serving with clean water, and we use that as discipleship tool.
mhm,
And we go to different communities. We serve more than maybe 2,000 families every year through uh, providing clean water.
mhm.
Many, many people in our country, or Guatemala or Latin America in general, they don't have access to clean water.
Yeah.
And so we use that ministry to do that. We also have a school, beautiful school called Serve Hope Christian Academy,
Wow.
and we serve more than 100 and maybe 40 kids right now, um, from kindergarten to 10th grade,
Uh-huh.
and we're adding a grade every year. And that's been a blessing, because we are able to serve kids that are coming from hard situations, and they receive Christian great education, and
Hmm.
also they receive the opportunity to have 2 meals every day. They receive
Wow.
transportation, sports, health care. I mean, it's amazing. And then we have other initiatives that
Uh-huh.
we do. We have a soccer academy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have this entrepreneurship program. We built homes for families in need.
Hmm.
The Lord helped us to design this beautiful home that, it's around $10,000 for a family, and they receive this gift. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, so we do different things in everything that we do. And this is something, brother, that maybe some people don't understand. There's so many poor in our countries
Yeah.
that we cannot help everyone.
Yeah.
So we are trying to help those who really want this help, that really
Yes.
want to use whatever the Lord is allowing us to provide so they
Hmm.
can do better. And so that's
Hmm.
a big part of what we do. Sustainability, uh, especially, like that we want to be sure that the people that we're serving, uh, are we really, I mean, they're going to really use, this help to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. What are
Yeah.
tell me some of the stories of some of the people that you guys are helping and what that's done for their family.
Well, like just recently in Venezuela, we had this family. They were their business is about plantain chips.
Mm-hmm.
So they put them in bags and they serve, they sell that. And so this guy went through our program,
Okay.
our entrepreneurship program called Emprende
Uh-huh.
Global.
Yep.
And this is a, Bible-based program. It's all about, like learning how to do business God's way.
Mm-hmm.
And so this guy learned, the principles that we're teaching, and he grew his business from 2 employees to 14 employees
Wow.
in I would say 3 months or so.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
the Lord really, opened his mind. And
Yeah.
then part of our program is to provide seed capital for some
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
people, not
Yes.
for every student, but they compete in a format like a Shark Tank. And
Uh-huh.
so they compete for seed capital. And this guy got some capital to invest in his business.
Oh my
And
gosh.
his this investment, he was able, to grow his business. I believe that he's going to have maybe 30 to 40 people really soon, because it's growing. It's growing.
That's
So,
amazing.
and that's the thing, like, as you know, money has been thrown in Latin America and other
Mm-hmm.
parts of the world for
Mm-hmm.
many years.
Mm-hmm.
Good people with good intentions, that they get money, but our countries, remain the same. And
Mm.
so, with our ministry, we want to put the money in the right hands,
Yes. Yes.
and so we know that they will multiply that investment and
Mm.
even provide a different, like a different community around them, that they
Mm-hmm.
can transform the communities that they live in.
That's amazing. Plantain chips.
Yes, yes, they're
We
really
eat those
good.
all the time. My son and my wife get them from Trader Joe's, $2 a bag, and they can eat a whole bag in one sitting very easily. They're so
Yes,
good.
they're so good. They're so good. Yes. And so this guy is, like transformed like that.
Oh
We
my
also have
gosh.
another lady
Uh-huh.
that we built a house. It's a very interesting story. She's a widow, 6 kids.
Mm,
For some reason, the family of the husband, when the husband died,
mm,
uh, they decide to ask this lady and her kids to move out of the property. Many
mhm.
times that can happen in our culture.
Yeah.
And so this lady was like without a house, without anything.
Oh my gosh.
And through the local church that we serve in that area, because one thing that we do, brother, is everything we try to do is through the local church. And
Yes.
so we
Yes.
have pastors in different areas, and this pastor found this family. He heard about that situation, and we were able to build a beautiful house for this lady.
Wow.
But part of our projects is that we train the families, that they need to use this beautiful gift to start over in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we teach, different things to the families, including entrepreneurship.
Wow.
And this lady, start a business raising pigs. And
Okay.
so now she is selling pigs and other stuff
Yeah.
from her house that
That's
she just
amazing.
received, and that's helping the family as well, to survive basically. And so, there are multiple stories, in these 8 years that I can think, like
Yeah.
so many good stories of what the Lord has done. And
Yeah.
we always put the Lord in the center.
Mm.
We want people to know that it is impossible to live a meaningful life
Yes.
without the Lord in the center. So
Wow.
that's, like we're very, very open about that.
So Emprende taught her how to, had she ever ran a business before?
No,
That's
no.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, like our
Wow.
program, it's created, for people that they don't know anything, or the other experience that we had with Emprende is that we receive people that went to university, that
Mm.
they got even a business degree, but
Okay.
they don't know how to start a business, they don't know how to run a
Oh
business.
my goodness.
And when they're part of our program, they recognize, hey, I mean, I went to university,
Yeah.
paid for 4 years of education.
Yeah.
And in 8 weeks, I've been able to really understand how to start a business and how to run a business,
Mm.
and honor the Lord. And so
Yes.
that's amazing, about this
So
Emprende program.
that's so cool. What are some of the modules in that course that you're teaching them?
Well, it's interesting, like we start with your identity in Christ.
Mm.
That's the first thing that we teach.
Hmm.
Because if you don't know who you are in Christ,
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
you will never be able to really have your potential, like,
Yes. Yes.
uh, you know, you will never experience freedom. You
Hmm.
can have money, you can have success, but you could be, a miserable person if you
Sure.
don't know who you are. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's the first thing that we teach. And we have more than 200 Bible verses in that program. So
Wow.
people read, even if they're not Christians, they will read the Bible verses. And I know that the truth will make them free,
Yes.
right?
Amen.
And so
Yes.
so that's the first module. Then the
Yeah.
second module is called Solutions,
Okay.
where we teach them how to find a business idea.
Mm.
How to understand their culture, their community, so they can start a business that people will need and that will pay for it. And
Yes.
so that's an amazing module for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Then we teach them about how to work with people,
Okay.
uh, how to treat their employees,
Hmm.
then how to treat their suppliers and even their competition. That's
Yes.
one beautiful thing that people learn in our program, that their competition shouldn't be their enemies,
Right.
that they can collaborate, they can find ways to do business even together,
Yes. Yes.
right? And so they
Mm.
also learn how to work with clients, how to grow their business,
Hmm. Hmm.
like how to treat their clients as the Lord wants us to treat
Yeah.
others. And so it's
Yeah.
it's very interesting when we teach, hey, you have to love your client,
Yeah.
right? As you love yourself.
Yes.
And that's a paradigm shift in our country because it's many times it's more transactional, right? Like I sell you
Hmm.
these, you pay for
Hmm.
this, that's
Hmm.
it. But we don't
Yes.
want that. We want them to understand that they need a relationship with the clients.
Yeah.
And that relationship will be good for everyone,
Yeah.
because we'll create loyalty and
Mm.
they will invest more in their businesses. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
so we do 7 of those modules, and we teach them how to launch a business. What are the steps
Yeah.
when you need to launch your business? And at the end of the program, it's about how you grow your business.
Yeah.
What steps you take to grow your business, and they learn also how to write a business plan and
Mhm.
how to pitch a business plan.
Mm.
So that's
That's
you know
so good. I'm curious just because there's a lot of debate in business world about you should do something that you love, you should start a business that you're passionate about. And then there's other folks that say, no, you find the need, serve the need there, whatever it might be. You don't have to necessarily be passionate about, but once it starts becoming profitable, then you'll become passionate about it because it's bringing in income. Where do you fall in line on that thinking? Which, and maybe
Yeah,
there's
I
not
mean, I can
either
give you an
or, but
example. I can give you an example of a lady. I mean, she is a university graduate,
Mhm.
and a small lady, Daniela, and when she took our program, she said, "I will start a car wash business."
Okay.
And I was like, you don't look like a person to run a car wash. Like in our country, car wash is not like America.
Sure.
Like you have these machines and a lot of people and do it yourself and all of that.
Mhm.
It's nothing like that. It's
Yeah.
basically like you will wash the car, you will clean it, you will dry it, and all of that.
Hmm.
And I was like, you don't look like a person to do this. And she
Yeah.
was like, no, I will do it. And um, I'm finding this product that with 1 liter of water, I can, wash a car. And I was like, are you sure? Yes, because I want this to be called Eco Wash, because the problem is that a lot of water is wasted in these businesses in Latin America.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so she was like, I want to do it with 1 liter. And I was like, I don't think that you're going to be able to do that with 1 liter. So come to my house, I said, and I will pay you. Wash my car with that thing that you create, and then we talk.
Yes.
So she came
Yeah.
and she did it, with 1 liter of water. My car
Wow.
was incredible. And in where we live, many roads are dirt roads. So
Mm.
it was like my car was, very, uh,
Wow.
I mean, very shiny,
Yeah.
very shiny at the end. And so she started this business, and then she was like, yeah, I don't think that she was passionate about that. I don't
Mm.
think that she was passionate about washing cars or anything like
Hmm.
that. She was
Hmm.
more like, I need a business.
Yes.
I need a business.
Yes.
She's a single mother,
Yeah.
so I need to do something.
Hmm.
And she realized after that she could do detailing in the cars,
Hmm.
and start doing detailing she was going to the houses of the clients, and
Hmm.
then she put a place where she's doing this. She's making more than $1,300 a month in
Mm.
Honduras. That's a lot of money, brother.
That's awesome.
Many people are doing $200 a month. She's
Wow.
making basically, 1,300 a month.
Wow.
So, and I don't think that she's passionate about this, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
No.
like
Yeah.
you said, now that she knows that it works, now that she knows that it
Mhm.
works, it's like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
Wow. Does she so she's doing that by herself or does she have a team now?
Well, now, now, I mean, she started by herself. Now she has three other guys
Okay, good.
helping,
Good.
three other guys helping.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing,
That's
so that's why we're looking, and people find, their passion, like you said, as they see that it works.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Yeah.
we always say to our team, and this is one thing that we learned from a guy from Dallas, Chris Beach. He said, like sometimes you need two, three, four businesses before you can really find the business that you love,
Yes,
right?
correct.
But
Yes.
many
Yes.
times we do the opposite.
Yes.
We think, oh, I want to do these, let's say bakery shop because I
Uh-huh.
love to bake.
Yes.
But I mean, if it's profitable, great. If not,
Mhm.
maybe you
Mhm.
need to find something else and maybe as a hobby you can continue doing some, like
Exactly. That's so good.
baking, right?
Yeah. In that second module where you teach them to look at the market, what are some of the practical things that you have them go through to decide which business is best for them in that area?
Basic things like you need to go out and see what's going on in the city.
Mm,
Like, and understand where you are, what the needs are.
mm-hmm.
Uh, like, don't just go and copy, because in Latin America, many times, people will start a business just because someone else has a business. I
Mm,
don't know how many times I have seen that. Like, oh, I mean, if that business is going well, I will do the same business. And
yeah.
sometimes they put it, like in front of each other,
Oh no.
right? And they kill the market.
Yes.
So what
Yeah.
we say is go, go out, take, a notebook and start writing what you see,
Yeah.
what the needs are, what
Mm.
people, like, they're missing something, and you can provide that.
How do they find out what's missing? What are some of the practical things? Because this is, even though what you're saying works in Latin America, this also could work in Dallas.
Mhm.
So what are how do you find out what's missing?
I will say many times we don't observe. We want the problem with many entrepreneurs is that sometimes we are so excited about starting a business that
Hmm.
we don't take time to think.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
so, like, we say to them, don't run, don't rush.
mm,
I
mm.
mean,
It's
the
good.
first thing you need to do is understand where you are.
Yeah.
And if you find something that people need, then that's the business that you have to do. Don't just copy. And
Yes.
so,
Yes.
um, and we teach them, pray about this.
Hmm. Hmm.
Pray. I mean, you need to ask the Lord, because many times, we ask the Lord until we are failing. Oh Lord, why this business is not going
Because
well?
I never told you to start that one in the first place.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So,
Yep.
one practical thing is pray.
That's
Pray
right.
about
That's
this.
good.
Ask the Lord. And I know it doesn't sound very profound, but sometimes we lack wisdom,
Very profound.
when we start a business, and we
Yep.
need wisdom from the Lord. And then the second thing we teach is, like, okay, if you will start a business, don't go and ask for money. Like,
Hmm.
no loans, maybe no partners in the beginning.
Hmm.
Try to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And so, start a business that you can pay, that
Yeah.
you will not, sell your house to start it,
Yes.
right? And you start small, like a small
Hmm.
investment, especially in our economy, like they need to start small. Um, and we also teach our students, hey, if you can have like another income, if you have even a job or some
Hmm.
kind of work that you can do as
Hmm.
you start your business, it will be good to have this income to support the growth of your business,
Yes.
right? And so, there are businesses that they create in Latin America, that, like, this guy in Venezuela, he did this water company.
Hmm.
Like in Venezuela, because of all the political situation, many companies that used to purify water, they left the country.
Mm,
Uh, and so, like, he was like observing the situation. He was looking around, and he
mhm,
was like, no
mhm,
one else is, like, selling purified water anymore.
mm.
And he was like, maybe I can start with this, and
Yes.
I can do this.
Yeah.
And he start, like, researching, learning about it.
Yes. Yes.
And now he's selling water in the community because no one else is selling water, purified water,
Mm,
and so those are the things that we teach them,
so
like,
good.
don't go and create a problem, go and find a problem, and
Yeah.
create a business that people will be willing to pay for.
Mm, it's so
Mhm.
good. Yes. I mean, it's simple, but those are simple steps. Just do it. You just got to do it.
Yeah, another lady, she started marketing.
Uh-huh.
And so in Latin America, normally if you go to university, the idea is that you will get a job. That's
Hmm.
the whole idea. No
Yeah.
one is, like saying people, hey, you go and start a business. But
Hmm.
this lady was like, well, I have this gift. What I do now? And she was like, there are other people, small businesses, that they need marketing, but they will not be able to pay a big company,
Yeah.
to do this. So she started a marketing business for small businesses.
That's
And it's working for her because she understands that people don't have, $3,000 to pay a month.
hmm
People will have maybe 100 or $200 max,
yes.
to support the marketing side of their businesses, and she's providing a solution through that. And
Mm,
so those are the stories that really inspire us, that
that's
like,
amazing.
hey, we need to continue doing this.
Yeah. What are some of the neat, like some of the practical businesses that you're seeing people create? Like what, you mentioned pig farming, you mentioned the water purifiers.
Yeah,
Um,
marketing business,
mhm,
photography,
mm,
uh, uh, they food businesses.
mhm,
um, Another lady create, because this is another big need in our countries. Many mothers, they need to go out and work outside the
mhm,
house, so
mhm.
she create this place, like a kindergarten or a nursery,
Wow.
where people can bring their kids,
Mhm.
and they're not charging a lot. It's
Yes.
basically, more like, hey, come and we're going to serve your kids.
Yes.
So yeah,
Wow.
those businesses.
Okay, if I had that business here in the US and I have a heart to help other people start a business like this, let's pretend that I had a daycare center
Mhm,
and I
mhm.
wanted to help somebody in, Honduras or wherever in Latin America create a daycare center. Do you have those types of things already set up, or is there already a system to where I could like maybe even invest $500 to help get it
Yeah,
started and work
mentor.
with that person so
Hmm.
that they're much more successful because I've been doing this for 20 years. So what does that look like and is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yes. Well, thank God, last year, we found that we need mentors,
Mm,
and because there's so many now. When I started the program, almost 7 years ago,
mm,
it was only me, and I was doing my best to follow up, with entrepreneurs. But now, thank God, our team is growing,
mhm.
and now we have a person that her responsibility is basically to connect entrepreneurs from the States with entrepreneurs in Latin America
Wow.
and entrepreneurs from other countries as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
And so we are now matching some of these people in Latin America, like, let's say, we have another guy who created a welding business.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it's interesting, God, brought someone that basically
Mm,
has a lot of experience in construction in America, a wealth
yes.
business as well. And the idea is that we can connect, like this gentleman from the States with this entrepreneur in Latin America, and they can learn together, right? And so those opportunities are now
Yeah.
available in our ministry.
So what does that look like practically? Let's pretend that that welder in Honduras doesn't know any English and then
Yeah.
the American guy doesn't know any Spanish. How
Yes,
is that
yes.
working out
Well,
practically?
yes, we have interpreters
Okay.
now. And so we can basically have this entrepreneur connected through an interpreter. And then we
Mm,
are creating visits. We want this mentor to go and visit. And,
yeah.
like, the
Wow.
more, I mean, it's about relationships.
That's right.
It's not even about, I mean, how much knowledge they will share, but it's about the connection. It's
Yeah.
about, hey, I believe in you,
Mm,
and I'm investing my time in you. And
mhm.
the other your person is, thank you, I value who you are and what you know, and I will, like, commit to do, the advice that you are giving me. So it's
Yeah.
really neat to see that connection.
Wow. Wow. If that the guy in the United States saw an opportunity. Is there a possibility of even partnering up and like doing business together to where he invests money and can get a
Yep.
return?
Yeah, we're and pray for this. We are walking. And by the way, today I have a meeting with another ministry that is working with entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
Um, we are trying to find ways to do microfinance,
Yes, yes, yeah,
and
yeah,
also investment with these entrepreneurs.
yes.
So we are walking in that
Okay.
direction. I think we talked about that
Yes,
before,
we have.
right? In one of our
Yes,
lunches. And
yes,
so we're working with that, with
okay,
microfinance. Because I mean, so far, Serve Hope has been given, the money basically as a donation, as a gift to the
right,
entrepreneurs.
sure,
But we know that in order to be more sustainable and to create also empowerment,
mhm,
maybe the entrepreneurs will need to give back, part of the
yes,
money that they receive.
right.
So, anyways, that's what we're trying to do, brother. So in
I
the future,
love it.
we hope that we can connect investors from the States with
Yes.
business people in Latin America.
Yes. Okay. I think maybe we talked about this before, but this has been on my heart for a long time. And I don't know, I don't have the know how to do this, but I invest money in a platform called Kiva, Kiva,
Mm,
and that's a microfinance platform. I don't think it's a Christian platform, but you should look it up,
mm,
because I would love to be. What's cool about it is that I can like go onto that site and look for a certain region of the world that I feel drawn to, and I can scroll.
mm,
It's literally like it has profile, so a picture of a person with their name and the business that they have and what they're wanting the money for. And so it's often somebody who has like a little shop and they need money to buy inventory to sell in their retail store, or a farmer that needs to buy another pig. It's simple stuff like that. And you can
mm.
invest as little as like, I think, $25 into
Wow.
that person. It's a loan to them. And so they have to pay it back. And so the money comes back to me and then I get to reinvest it into somebody else. And it's really cool. And I'd love to have that in the kingdom.
Oh,
And so that's very similar to what you're just talking about, because I feel like there are a lot of people, believers in the United States, even if they don't have business acumen, maybe they don't feel like they could be a mentor, but they have some money and they want to invest. I mean, they can
yes,
even give $100, because
yes.
$100
Totally,
in Honduras goes a lot farther than it does here in the States.
totally,
So I
totally.
could do a lot with $100 if I had a little shop. And I could
Mhm.
buy Cokes and chips and all these things for a little market on the side of the road
Yeah.
and sell it and make a profit and be able to give the money back to the person that loaned it to me. So I don't know. That's just something on my heart. And you and I could talk more
Yes,
about that.
totally, totally,
But
totally. We will love
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what one of the big things that we need to understand, brother, is God already gave these people potential,
Yes. Amen.
and I mean, they just need an opportunity.
Yeah. Mm.
And in everything that we're doing with Serve Hope, that's what we're trying to provide, an opportunity. And we allow people to take the decision,
Yeah.
like I will take advantage of this opportunity
Yeah.
or not,
That's good.
right? And so when we provide a scholarship in our soccer academy, or we provide a scholarship in a school, it's all about understanding that God already gave these people value, dignity, and a great potential. And we just
Yes.
want to help them to, unleash, right?
Unleashing
That
it. You're unleashing
potential.
their
Yeah,
potential.
that potential, and
I
that
love
people
it.
can see how much they can get. I mean, when I think about myself, brother, in my past and where the Lord has allowed me to be, I can say, and we were singing this at church yesterday.
Hmm.
Uh, all this time he has been so faithful.
Yeah.
All this time he has been so good.
Yes.
Uh, and he's a good father, and he wants the best for everyone. And that's
Yes.
what we're trying to tell people, in Serve
Hmm.
Hope. Hey, God has a plan for you. He
Yes.
can do
Amen.
so much in your life. Just believe, but also take action and
Yes.
take responsibility. And the Lord will do everything
Mm.
else.
So good. Well, how can
Yeah.
people find you? I know probably just your website, right?
Yes, yes, servehope.international. That's our
Got it.
website.
Yep. Okay, I'll put that in the show notes.
Thank you. And yeah, I mean, you can write there. And if you want to know more about Serve Hope, I'm in Dallas area,
Okay.
and so I'm trying to connect, like I said in the beginning, with so many people that I mean, I want to bring Dallas to Latin America.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, like,
Mhm.
if anybody's listening and has a heart for missions and they want to do something, meaningful with their families, hey, I mean, contact us,
Yeah.
like servehope.international.
Okay.
And I can also give you my email. And if you
Okay.
can put that in your
Yeah, I can do that.
show notes, that will be awesome.
Okay.
And yeah, we are so happy, to see what the Lord is doing, and we want everybody to see it as well.
Love it. Well, Christian, thanks for being on with me. Very much appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. God bless you.